G'day guys, another quick video for you guys, just looking at the mission special comms. Starting off here, we're in woods. We're going to be planting our bulbex and M cable. So just zooming it up here, what we do is go over, and it's two separate plants that we're doing. In this video I've just made sure to try and speed up as much as I can the amount of just running time between spawns and where we're planting different things. That map just there, if you wanted to go back or pause on that, that's just where we're going to be planting that bulbex and M cable. Once we've done that, it'll be time to move on to reserve. Doesn't really matter what order you do these two in, whether you go to woods first or reserve first. You can, either or, it doesn't matter. It's important to note as well, though, that you don't actually need to plant these while you're doing the marathon, so you can do it before. We didn't do it after, so don't take the risk and just do it after. I'm sure it wouldn't matter, but this is just what we did. So you can see us here on reserve, on top of that bunker, just looting a med bag in case I could find my lost morphine. Fortunately I didn't. So planting those two here now. I'll show you on a map where you plant these two, so just where that red arrow is on that circle. And then once you've done that, we're moving on to the marathon. So just showing you here, you need to click on the top right corner where it says marathon, and these are the many maps that we'll be going through to get back to reserve. Starting off on ground zero. A little bit more detailed on how we got here on ground zero in my previous video that I uploaded for Beneath the Streets. So coming down here, we got into a little fight. The guy just ran off in the end. So yeah, what you need to do after we finish fighting this guy, he doesn't die there. Don't know where my bullets went, but you know what Tarkov's like. Coming down here, we go to where the tractor is. We did spend a little bit of time waiting here because we got here quite fast, but I did skip over that. You can see us running in and out of here a couple of times because it was a little bit annoying having to go back to the interact function. It doesn't appear unless you run out of like the transition zone and then back in. One thing I will note here is that we did have a little bit of trouble with the loading times between the maps.
6.5 hours later.
While I do make jokes about how long this took in terms of the loading, this entire challenger task took us over an hour and 30 or like 2 hours almost to complete. So it's worth mentioning that you should take some time or set some time aside for this task. While this did take us 2 hours to complete, we're really lucky that we did it in one go. If we didn't manage to complete this in one go and we died at all through any of these raids, we would have had to completely go back to the beginning. So while this is 30k XP or 33k or something like that, it's important to note that if you do die, you'll reset all of your progress and you'll have to do it from the beginning again. So yeah, take that into account. With interchange, we didn't have too much trouble at all. All we had to do was just go around the outside of the map to that little top left corner to do our transition. Then we went into customs, where we would go to old gas station and sit in a bush and hide, because obviously, as I said before, we don't want to die and reset our progress. And I'll catch up with you guys when we go to factory.
"75 years later."
So we did have a little bit of trouble with factory just finding the transition point. We went underground under the office building and then realized we had to go up a floor in the office building, so we were on the first floor when we went out one of the windows. Now, a little bit of worry here is that the transition point is right next to one of the new extracts, and you can see in a moment here I accidentally almost extracted, which was quite scary realizing that this happened. So the transition point is right in this cargo container here, or just out the back of it, next to that courtyard gate extract. So be careful there that you don't accidentally just extract. Obviously that would really suck to do, especially this far into this. So make sure you do that as well. It was a little bit difficult. We almost messed up. We cancelled the transition, one time, as we were, one of the boys accidentally pushed the other one out. So just keep that in mind there. And make sure you guys don't extract here, you transition and everyone is in the same point at the same time, because if one person leaves, it'll cancel that timer down.
"2,000 years later."
When we got to Woods, we actually took the BTR because it was quickest to go to the next point of extract. Once you're on Woods and you get to this extract or transition point, and you're waiting, it's pretty much smooth sailing because you don't even have to live, I think, in a reserve raid once you get there. All you have to do is be in reserve and the mission gives you a complete, which we were really happy about because obviously, as I said before, this took us around 2 hours to do. Now the extract point on Woods is just over that UN extract where that flare sometimes is, and then once you've done that and you're on reserve, you've completed the mission, so hooray. Now I will show you guys my settings here, as two people in the last video asked for me to show my settings, so here we go quickly. I'll just walk you through, pause at any point. Otherwise, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe and like the video if this helped you guys at all, and let me know if anybody else wants any other tutorials. Alrighty, good luck on your wipe.